Hey there, today I'm going to walk through estimating for design build and large install jobs in single ops. So to get started, we'll go ahead and create our proposal. Like any job in single ops, we'll go ahead and add in our customer details, operation, and you'll want to make sure that this is listed as a one-off job. Once you have the customer information entered, we can go ahead and start setting up our estimate. In single ops, we definitely recommend using item groups for design, build, and install. The item group can be created for each area of work that you're looking to complete. So for this customer, we're going to be starting out with some drainage. You'll see that only the labor line item will be automatically included because the materials may change job to job. So what we can go ahead and do is add in the material items that we want to include. Here. And go ahead and save. Now you may also want to add in a description for your customer to see. By default, items will not appear if the item group is invoiced as group. Typically we see that's the setup for design build. You can have your material items set up to display on show. That's an item setting, and you'll see that with our next example. But here we've gone ahead and added in our description. You can also use the map tool if you want to kind of highlight certain things for your crew and your customer. So if we want to go ahead and say where we're adding this drainage in, we can use linear measurement. Not only does this show us where on the map the drain will be, but it will also show us the linear feet that we can then apply. So we'll go ahead and update that here. And then we can go ahead and update our labor. One tool that we do offer in single ops is production rates. This can help your estimators make sure that they're estimating labor very accurately. Here you'll see we can go ahead and enter in the linear footage of the pipe we're going to be installing. And this will tell us the estimated man hours needed. What helps you for this too, not only is that quick and accurate for your sales reps, but it'll also help make sure that your backlog is accurate and help you increase profits because you are estimating correctly. Now that we've added in everything we need for drainage, we'll go ahead and add in our next item group for the next area of work that we want to do for this customer. I'll go ahead and add in our planting here. We can see that for this item group, we already have a preset description entered in here, which you can do as well. Same process will apply, where we'll go ahead and add in our material items. So we'll say we have 3 3-gallon azaleas and maybe a 7-gallon azalea. And then we'll go ahead and save. Planting labor is going to work in the very same way. We have a production rate set up to, again, make sure that that labor estimation is quick and accurate. And all we have to do is enter the quantities here. And again, that will tell us about how many man hours we need for this project. Just like with drainage, you can also use our map tool for these types of work areas. What we can go ahead and do as an example, maybe we were going to do kind of a mulch install as well as the planting. You can use our property measurements here to outline the area. And this will also provide square footage. And then we also have pins available. So you can say, throw these pins in here. And what this will do is make it very clear for your customer on their proposal if this is selected, and very visible for your crew as well if you have the work order selected. And at this point, we have all of our material items updated. The estimated labor has been updated. We have our pricing entered in. So we can continue down. I will say that we do recommend using progress billing for design build jobs. There's 2 types of progress billing in single ops. You have manual and milestone. We'll start out with milestone. This will allow you to create invoices based on the work that's been completed. So if we scroll back up, if we wanted to, for example, have an invoice for the drainage portion and then a separate invoice for planting based on when each of those are completed, we could go ahead and break it out by dollar amount. So we can say once that $767.93 has been completed, we'll want to go ahead and create an invoice. So we'll say by dollar amount, we'll add that in. And then maybe for the remaining amount, we want that to be done via planting. Then once that amount has been marked as completed, those items will be included on the invoice when you go to add it later. Another way to use milestone billing is if you bill by just completion of the job. If we want to say, once this job is fully completed, we'll want to go ahead and add that invoice. Then you can do it this way. This will create one invoice once everything has been completed. When you hit add invoice, it will include all the items. You also have the option to do manual. This is really great if you have phases of work and you really don't need the invoices to show individual line items and rather have the invoices say something like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You also have this text box here to add in the additional phase information for your customer to see. Once you've chosen the correct billing, the last thing you'll want to do is enable either deposits or financing options depending on your settings, and then you can save and close the job. Now that the job has been created, you can go ahead and send that proposal out to your customer. There's a couple of different document configurations you can make, which I mentioned earlier. For example, I know often for plant material, folks want those plants to be actually listed out. Again, that would be listed in the item settings of your plants, material items, and you can just select the display on show. So we can see that listed out here. So although planting is an item group, we do have these plant material items as display on show, so their names and quantities will appear. And yeah, that's estimating design build in SingleOps. Thank you.